Hey crafty people, it's Tasha here for Trinity Stamps, and I'm back with some more inspiration for your Monday. Today I'm going to be making this stained glass kind of effect angel holiday card. So I'm going to start with making a background. I've got here two A2 panels of, this is £120 accent opaque cardstock, so it's really nice thick cardstock, and I've got some double-sided adhesive on the back of one. I've stuck them together using my Misty as a guide. Then I've got out the Glory in the Highest. This is the it's sort of a two-part. You get this and the angel, and I love this die set. I've used it so much. So I've attached that die onto that doubled up piece of really thick card, and then I'm running it through in my die cutting machine, but rather than using a cutting plate I'm using just a self-healing mat. So between using that and having that really thick doubled up piece of cardstock, this die is not going to cut through. I don't want it to. I want it to emboss, but I want it to emboss quite deeply the beautiful scripty sentiment, and I'm just moving it around all over my piece of cardstock here until I've covered the whole thing in that beautiful debossed kind of effect. I love how that looks. So we're going to set that aside and we're going to work on our angel now. This is also the £120 opaque, accent opaque cardstock, and I have double-sided adhesive on the back of each of these sheets, and I've just cut my angel several times. I did need to use a metal shim, and I also ran them through a couple of times just to make sure that it cut through all the way because of that adhesive on the back as well. But with one of the angels I didn't use my metal shim, and I just ran it through once, and then I just sort of trimmed anywhere around the outside because I wanted to have all those pieces kept intact. So I'm going to be adding some colour onto it, and my favourite way of doing this is to just make sure that you've got that one, like I said, where it's going to be all in one piece still, and just add your colour on really messily. It doesn't matter if you go out of the lines because it's going to be covered up, which bonus. So I'm adding some greys to her dress. I want it to sort of look like it's a white dress, but we want to add some shading in there. I'm not going for too realistic here because you know, it's stained glass, it doesn't need to be shaded lots and lots. I just wanted to add a little bit of interest and variation with the colours. So once I'd finished with the skirt, I coloured her hair blonde, but I'm kind of just going to like skip past this because I changed my mind and went over it afterwards. So we're going to go to the wings, and I decided to make these a lovely beautiful bluey aqua colour. I've just got 4 shades of the blue, and I've just got the darkest blue at the base of the wings, and I'm just feathering that colour out. So here I decided to make my angel brunette because my daughter was actually in the room and she said, "Why do angels always have blonde hair?" And I thought, she's so right. So I switched it up and I changed her to a brunette, and I also decided to make my angel black. So I've added some yellows to the halo and also to her beautiful star, just really simple. And then I've got her just placed roughly where I want it to go on my background, and I'm just going to add some yellow ink just around where her star is. I thought that would be a bit of a nice effect, so it gives it the look that it's sort of glowing. Just using my angel to make sure that I've got the positioning right. Sorry that I've chopped her head off a little bit, but I am going to rectify that soon, I promise. So I peeled the backing off her, lined her up and stuck her down onto that background. So she's sort of flying. It's cute. I then used a bone folder just to really burnish it down to make sure that she was nice and stuck properly on that background. Now I'm going to work on the other angels. These are the ones that I did with the metal shim. So they cut all the way through. I've discarded all of the inner parts and I'm just stacking them. I stacked 3 on top of each other. Again, I'm using my bone folder to burnish it down because I want it to be really well stuck. Because soon I am going to add my glaze, going to flood it with glaze, and I don't want that leaking out everywhere. That is not a good look. So once I've got the 3 lined up, I've then put that down on top of the other angel, again really making sure that that's stuck well. And would you look at that, like magic, all of the anywhere I'd coloured out the lines or anything, all hidden. Love that technique. So I'm in need of some new glossy accents, so I've used Nouveau glaze stuff, which is fine. It worked, but because it is a bit runnier, I did have a few issues, and I think I would definitely choose the Glossy Accents over this one, but we made it work. So I'm just adding it to all the little bits. I'm using a craft pick here just to get into all the little nooks and crannies so that it's all filled. I'm just like adding the glaze into the areas, the bigger areas, and then using that craft pick to sort of just push it into the smaller bits. Again, that technique is easier with Glossy Accents because it's a bit thicker. So just seeing there, I saw a bit of fluff and pulled it out. You want to be careful that you don't get anything like that because that will set into it. So once I've filled all of my angel, before it's dried, like straight away, as soon as I finish filling it, I've grabbed out, these are some glitter, they're sparkles from Wow, and they're just the crystal ones, so they've not really got much of a colour, they're just a bit sort of iridescent, holographic. I'm not sure which one is the right one, but they just give it a really beautiful like sparkle. So it's not going to add any different colour, it's just going to make the colour that's already there a bit sparkly. So I'm not being shy here guys, just tapping it all over with a little spoon there. Then I went away, left that to dry, actually went and had my tea, it was nice, and then I've come back and just over a piece of scrap paper I'm giving it a really good tap off because I want to make sure that all of that extra glitter is all gone because I don't want that going all over my recipient. So I do just grab a paintbrush as well to get again all those nooks and crannies. Then to make sure that glitter is really sealed in because we really don't want it going all over our recipient, I'm then adding another layer of the glaze over the top, and that's going to completely lock that glitter in. That is not going anywhere. It also works better that way as well because if you put too thick a layer of this stuff it's going to crack, so that just helps. The thinner layers helps it to set better. So I trimmed down that panel just to give me a nice border, and I cut an A2 panel from this sort of bluey pearlescent cardstock that I've got. Just wanted to call back to the blue in her wings a little bit. The Merry Christmas sentiment is from the Sentiment for Almost Anything stamp set, and yeah, I love that set, so I just did that, then added a few of these cute aqua gems, and that's it, that's my card. I love how it turned out. I think it's really special, it's so pretty. This was like a recreation of one that I made for the release, but I did that in different colours, so I'll add a couple of pictures of that in as well so you can see. And yeah, I hope that you like it, I hope you like the technique and you'll give it a go. If you do like it, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, I hope that you have a lovely, happy, safe and wonderful week. Stay crafty. Bye.